KFJB-TV, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and 1230KFJB.com. Kaylee Pashong, Say Paw, alongside me here tonight on Bobcat Live. Yes, that's right. We are without Dylan Doze here tonight, but I think everyone will survive. You had practice. How was it?
Yeah, we had a great practice. What'd you think?
I like the practice.
You like the practice? Yeah. All right. So what's an ideal volleyball practice for you, Say?
Let's see. Starting off with warm-ups and then getting straight to peppering and then working hard for the rest of the practice.
Is there a fun drill that you really like to do, though?
I really like Queens.
Queens
is really good.
Okay, what's that drill?
Drill is where we have we're split into groups. Usually it's 4, and we compete against each other and try to stay in the championship box. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a little just a little square.
Yep. There's a championship court, and your goal is to get over there and stay over there.
Wow.
Yep. If you keep winning, you just stay.
Is that one you did in college?
Pretty much every volleyball team knows Queens.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I have not played volleyball, but intern Zach tells me that he was on a men's sand volleyball team. Intramural.
Nice.
Okay, intramural volleyball team. So we do have a volleyball aficionado over here as well, too. So I don't know if I'm an aficionado, but I do really enjoy the game of volleyball. We were able to bring the game on Tuesday night to everybody here on KFJB-TV against Waterloo East. It was just a special night overall. I know kind of walking in there, seeing all the pink that was all over the place in support of cancer and the Side Out Foundation. How did everything toll at the end of it as far as the fundraiser goes?
Yep, we raised just under $1,700.
Awesome.
So that was pretty good. I was really pleased with that. We had a lot of help from parents, and the players helped out a bunch. They made, I don't know if you saw our bake sale, they made all of that.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
And then I saw some ladies, I think maybe like JV ladies, running around and gathering donations in the crowd.
Yes,
so
yes.
Yeah, that was really good. Plus I saw, I don't know if the football team saw, but Kwani, he had the pink flamingos. He was looking really cute. Anyway, I thought it was great. So it was fun to bring our first volleyball match to KFJB TV. I know the result not really what you had hoped on Tuesday night against Waterloo East, falling 3-0. But boy, I tell you what, especially their middle hitters, they were very potent.
Yeah, their middles. That one's super dynamic, and one just has a muscle arm. I mean, she can just hammer the ball. So, yeah, we had a little trouble there in the middle defending them.
Of course, Sepa, the libero for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Talk about your role a little bit. If people don't know the libero position, just how it kind of works and things that you have to do that might be different than, say a middle hitter or an outside hitter or, somebody who's setting.
For the libero position, you really have to get to your defense right away. The balls are coming straight at you, and you have to be always on your toes and always in the back covering. Yeah. And you always have to be the one talking for the ball, or else it's just going to be quiet, and then no one's really going to be there for you. But you're going to be there for them, because you're always getting counted on to get all the deeps.
Well, I saw you zigzagging all over the place the other night and diving for saves and things like that. What's I guess the most fun part about being the libero for you? Mine
would be diving. I love diving. It's really fun.
Well, I saw you doing a lot of diving the other night, and you're pretty good. So that's good. Your reaction, I guess you're in your if I could talk here tonight, but you're in your senior season.
Yes, I am.
And so obviously. Everybody's got plans after this. So do you play other sports, or what's on tap for the rest of your senior year?
Volleyball is my main sport and the sport that I'm mostly focusing on. But after this, I think I'm just going to be done with volleyball and then focus more on education. Awesome.
Do you have plans to go to school anywhere yet?
Yes. Right now I'm thinking of co-college.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, over in Cedar Rapids.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, all right. We're going to take a quick timeout here on Bobcat Live. We'll return. We'll talk more with volleyball as Kaylee Pashong as well as Sepa from the Marshalltown Volleyball Squad. This is Bobcat Live. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Marshalltown's best pizza, Zeno's is the place to get delicious homemade pizza from scratch that the whole family will love. For some, it's a family tradition, and Zeno's Pizza is all about old-school family-owned pizza making. Zeno's respects tradition so much that they have had the same thin crust pizza recipe for over 70 years. There are a couple of ways to get your Zeno's Pizza. You can dine in, order online for pickup, or call 641-752-1245. Zeno's Pizza, 109 East Main Street, downtown Marshalltown.
Back in on Bobcat Live here on KFJB-TV. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button on our YouTube page to be able to get alerts to Bobcat Live as well as upcoming games. Tomorrow night it is a 6:30 pregame show. 7:30 is the kickoff right here on KFJB-TV for Marshalltown Bobcat football. We'll talk football coming up a little bit later in Bobcat Live here tonight, and we'll also get a preview of their game against the Roosevelt Rough Riders with head coach Adam Goodvin. But back here with Caleb Bouchon, Saypaw with the Marshalltown volleyball squad. Coach, I think for maybe people who are unfamiliar with you or your story or leading the volleyball program, you took over in 2020, and you have a collegiate background. I guess tell people a little bit about your collegiate days of playing at a high level.
Yeah, so I graduated from Indianola High School and then went on to play one season at the University of Iowa, and then ended up transferring down to Texas Christian University in Fort Worth and played in the Big 12 for 3 years. I've played in 2 NCAA tournaments and played with a number of All-American players and had a lot of fun. I've had a really great relationship with all of my teammates and my coaches and stuff all the way through, so that's been great.
What's your inspiration for coaching?
My mom was a coach, so I'm a coach's daughter. I kind of grew up in the gym. I was kind of, like you say, the gym rat, and so that's really all I've ever known. I've pretty much gone to school, gone to practice my whole life. So it's just going to practice is just natural for me.
And you still love it.
I love it. I can't get enough of it.
That's awesome. You mentioned your mom. She coached at the collegiate level, but she also coached you in high school, right?
She coached me in club volleyball.
Oh, did she?
Yep.
Okay.
So she coached at Simpson College for a long time, and then she coached my club team.
Okay.
So that was when I was 15 through 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your mom, she played in college as well?
Yeah, she's a Hawkeye through and through. So
okay.
Yep, she's Hall of Famer Hawkeye.
That's awesome. Being able to have a parent like that who played at a high level and then coached at a high level, and now you're kind of, following in those footsteps. Is that something that you're able to, kind of go to mom for questions every now and then, or does mom let you do your thing?
I would say mom kind of lets me do my thing. She's like retired. She's full grandma mode right now. So she comes to the games and she's like, "Good job, sweetie." I'm like, volleyball. You can talk volleyball with me. But I think she kind of lets me do my thing. But we've had these, in-depth conversations our whole life. And so, I can go to her if I need to, but she pretty much kind of takes a step back now.
Say, does it mean something to you to be able to have a coach who played at a high level, knowing that, she's teaching you things that, maybe you wouldn't know otherwise, that kind of thing, knowing that, she played at that level?
Yes, it does. It's very important, too. Because she's very talented. And her serves are so good. It helps
so she gets out there and shows you a few things. Okay, all right. Now, you were a setter, is that right?
I was a setter,
okay,
yeah,
all right. And, we saw the other night just how you draw up your plays. I find it interesting just when you set either, sometimes you have a set from behind or you set up in front. And your outside hitters come in and make those plays. How do you decide on what kind of play, or is it just kind of on the fly? The players are making those decisions out there on how you're going to attack?
Yeah, usually it's a set play out of serve receive. So when the other team is serving the ball towards us, our setters kind of call those plays out. And then from there, if the other team returns the ball, then it's an audible from the hitters. So they kind of call what they want. But we're working on that a little bit more, being more creative with our offense, really kind of expanding our hitters' range and different sets that they can run. We've been working on that quite a bit here lately in the last few weeks. And so I keep pushing them out of their comfort zone, mix it up, try to run a faster offense, be a little quicker than the other team.
Now, say as one of your seniors on the squad, you've got, is it 3 or 4? I'm trying to remember.
Well, we have senior night next week, and we technically will have 9 that we're honoring between managers and some of the JV kids and stuff. But
awesome.
yeah, we have quite a few seniors actually. But we have about 3 or 4 that play quite a bit.
And then you have some younger talent on the roster. I know even starting as sophomore. So I mean, you definitely have. It seems like a good core that is coming up for you. Are you happy with kind of where you stand as far as building the program?
Yeah, absolutely. I do think I'm a little disappointed how we've progressed this season. I think that I'm going to put a lot of pressure in our off season, how we come back next year even stronger. I'd like to have quite a bit better record next year.
Yeah, but the record kind of comes along with all the hard work. I know it takes a lot to go on, and we've talked with Alan Mann with the strength and conditioning, and so it's more than just going out there and trying to win. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes too, right?
A lot of things. In a sport like volleyball, it's so skill based. You got to be touching the ball all year round. You got to find ways to get in the gym and get touches. So that's something that's really important.
You hosted, I think we talked about this before, but like some off-season camps for some of the youth. How important is it getting in the, intermediate or middle schools and kind of connecting with those younger players before they get to the high school level?
Super, super important. I talk about this with my girls too, and just how they can give back. I know that some of them have gone to camps going through and things like that, and it's really important to me that we offer opportunities here in Marshalltown that are affordable and allow girls to be introduced to volleyball even at a super young age. That's very, very important to me. Helps build our program for the future and things like that.
What's it like for you, say, to be able to connect with younger girls in the community that are excited about volleyball?
You like working with the young kids?
I don't think I was there, but if I was, I would have.
So you had Tuesday. You're going to be in action this Saturday. And tell me about your tournament this weekend.
Yeah, we have 5 matches in Oskaloosa this weekend. So we play Oski, Ottumwa, Mount Pleasant, Fairfield, and Sheraton.
Okay.
And then our JV program's also down there too, and so they have another 5 matches there. And then we come back on Tuesday. Our varsity plays. We all play, I guess. Tuesday's our senior night against Roosevelt, and they are leading the South Division. Yeah. So that'll be a good one.
And then you'll be on to the conference tournament, right?
That's correct. Yep.
How's the conference tournament going to run this year? Is it any different with the Iowa Alliance?
Yeah, it's quite a bit different. So we've never had a conference tournament in the CIML, so it'll be different for us for sure. It'll be the top 6. Top 3 on each north and south, and then the bottom 5, and it'll be a round robin, so you play everyone. So it'll be a lot of volleyball.
Yeah.
2 different sites, things like that. So
what's the big benefit of doing something like running a conference tournament like that?
Just a lot more play, and you get to play everyone. So in our conference, we don't get to play everyone. But when you do it this way, you get an opportunity to play a lot more teams in your conference, and you really get to determine a true winner. So that's the benefit.
That doesn't affect your postseason seeding still, does it?
Nope. They announce postseason on Friday.
Okay. All right. So then you'll find out who you'll be playing right around the corner. It's hard to believe. I mean, already into the month of October.
Crazy.
It's flying by. Yeah, definitely flying by. Say, what's been a highlight for you so far on the season?
Probably all my diving moments.
We need to get a reel going for you.
There was a really good one the other night. Just flipped over someone.
But I think your knee was bumped up a little bit. You all right?
It was my left ankle.
Oh, it was your left ankle.
Yeah,
okay.
I landed on it first, and then I rolled.
Yeah, that's the dangers of diving on the hardwood. So, but anyway, well, good luck this weekend, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Kaylee Pichon, Sapah with the Marshalltown volleyball squad. We are going to take a quick timeout. When we come back on Bobcat Live here on KFJB-TV, we will talk with head coach for the football squad, Adam Goodman, and we'll preview their game coming up tomorrow night against Des Moines Roosevelt. This is Bobcat Live. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Marshalltown knows competition. We started forging trowels in 1890 and evolved into manufacturing tools for masonry, drywall, concrete, flooring, tile, paint, and more. Today, we're still going strong. Marshalltown strong. As a worldwide leader in manufacturing, we crush the competition. We believe in our community and are proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines. How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sauteed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. Home equity loans are as low as 3.74% for a 5-year fixed-rate loan. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender, online at LennoxECU.com.
Marshalltown Bobcats. Already, here we are, week number 7 in the high school football season. I say it it's so redundant. It's probably the most redundant thing I say between September and October. Is the fastest 9 weeks of the year, but it's just incredible how fast this year seemed to have gone. So
it's unbelievable. Seems like the Ames game was just last week. It's crazy.
Yeah, it definitely does. All right, so week number 7 on the docket for tomorrow night, as you'll be on the road again. As you've got the 5 road games this year. Last year you had the 5 home games. You have 5 road games this year. You'll be on the road this week, next week, and then back at home to finish off the regular season. But your test tomorrow night is Des Moines Roosevelt, the Rough Riders, kind of looking them over 3-3 on the season. Of course, they're always the Rough Riders seem to be one of the Des Moines public schools that always just is kind of clawing, and whether it's basketball or football, they're always kind of a tough group of kids.
Yeah, and you say always, but that's not true. It hasn't always been like that. They've created a culture here within the last probably 5-6 years that they've a lot of.
And really started with Iowa City High's coach now.
Yeah,
is that
I think
who it was?
So. Yeah, that was.
I'm forgetting his name.
More, but he was over there at Roosevelt. And,
yep.
I think it kind of fed off onto their other programs in the school, and a lot of confidence in all of their programs right now.
Yeah, that's for sure, and a very recognizable name, Jared Barnett, their head coach now, former Iowa State Cyclone. of course, leading that program. They've had other ex-college players in their program and their coaching staff, and obviously you being a former college player and having other former college players on your staff. What's that mean to have a coach's environment where say what you want about whether you like a coach or not, but you can respect them because you know that they're, kind of giving back to the sport that gave them the opportunity? Yeah, when you're around coaches that have been just around different programs and at all these different levels, and the knowledge that they can bring to the current program that they're at is just, it's the benefits of that are unbelievable. So how much do you rely, do you think back to maybe it's film study or maybe it's preparation? You think, boy, I'm glad I learned that in college, and now I'm able to give that to these young athletes. Yeah, I look back on that all the time. I think those experiences just really shape myself on how I do it, at the high school level. And, but I think any solid coach is gonna communicate with other coaches, especially the ones that have had success and really form, their own program and do what they believe is right. So. Obviously, quarterback has a special place in your heart, being a quarterback. So, when you look at that, you kind of hear the old analogy of maybe you used to play obviously at the collegiate level, so you can't do it for the athletes, and so you want it for them, but you want to just see that growth. And what have you seen out of Dalen that you've able to, in that maturation process this year? It's unbelievable, really. I think the one thing he's got going for him is he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a very smart kid and very open to learning, and he's getting better every single day. And then on top of that, he's a really solid athlete as well. So you combine those things, and it's where he's at right now. We've seen a lot of growth, and he's working at it. He wants to be the best, and we're getting there. There's progress. Yeah. Last week, he had that 20-yard touchdown run where he kind of broke out of the pocket to the far side of the field, and then all of a sudden, it's like a smooth sailing boat. I don't know, the way he runs, it doesn't look fast, but then he's blowing by guys. He's just such a fluid runner, it seems like, and before you know it's a 20-yard touchdown run, he puts his shoulder down, gets into the end zone. Just that ability, I mean, it's kind of God-given talent there, right? It's a sneaky fast, and you see that sometimes with a lot of longer guys, taller, longer guys, and he's definitely sneaky fast, and he's tough too. He'll put his shoulder down and run you over too. So it's fun to watch. Yeah, that is for sure. We've seen that in back-to-back games from him. Valley, he ran somebody over for a fourth down, and last week that touchdown run. The toughness, you've got to love that too, right? Yeah, at the Valley game, for example, if he didn't pick up that fourth down run and wasn't able to extend that drive, then we don't score that second touchdown. So little things like that, they matter, and that's just a prime example. Your opponent tomorrow night, the Rough Riders. This was a game last year that was the most impressive game of last season, in my opinion. You won the game 14-7. All the talk was probably centered around Jamison Patton and shutting him down. I think he ran for only 40-something yards in the game, but you guys came in with an excellent game plan. You won that thing 14-7, and you shut down a quarterback who's going to go be playing at a Division I school in Jamison Patton, who now is at Ankeny. But to be able to go and put that game plan together like you guys did last year, was that a little bit of the I guess, you snapped a losing streak, that kind of thing, and then you won your last three. Did that really set the table for the rest of the season last year? Yeah, definitely. I think that was probably one of those games where, looking on paper, we weren't really supposed to win. But I think our kids had a little chip on their shoulder, and they knew, the talent that Roosevelt had on their team. And, I remember we had an excellent week of practice. Coach Furch put together a great game plan defensively as far as going to that three-front. That was really the first time we really brought it out. I can't remember the last time we showed a three-front prior to that Roosevelt game a year ago, and it really bugged them. They were having a lot of troubles offensively, and our kids played well, played fast, and executed just enough, and it was a special night. Fast forward to this season, I was watching their past couple of games. They started out a little bit slow against North. North, I think, took the first touchdown in the game. They were up by a couple scores at one point. Roosevelt was able to come back. Their game before, they took on Ankeny. They had a really solid opening drive, I thought. I think they had to punt it away, but one thing I noticed is Ankeny they'll do this to a lot of teams where they start pushing their offense and defensive line around and start kind of manipulating the game. But that seemed like a little bit of a weakness for them. I don't know what your thoughts are. You're kind of a scouting report on them. They have a whole new offensive line this year.
Yeah, I think just based on film, I think their offensive line comes off the ball well. I think they're a physical group. I think their defensive line doesn't necessarily come off the football as well as that offensive line. So I really look for that to be something that we can take advantage of and, continue to find success in the run game and then, again, take what they give us in the secondary and we got to keep our foot on the pedal on offense and then, play with confidence on defense.
Mm-hmm. You would think they would be more of a running style team, but they like to spread it out. It's kind of like if you can limit their big plays, what you did last year, you're going to have success against the Roosevelt squad.
Yep, it's that bend but don't break, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've got a tight end that's really good size. I think he's an average runner, but he's a smart player. He's a tough kid, and they look for him a lot. I think he's got 25, 26 receptions.
Yeah, George
already,
Williams,
and,
a tight end. Yeah,
he's a good football player, and they've got a couple other receivers with some speed and good hands as well. So, it's not the Patton kid at quarterback this year, but that kid's he's a talented football player too. This quarterback that they have, and again, we're fortunate that it's going to be a pretty fun challenge for us. So hopefully, our preparation this week is going to put us in a position to be successful.
Dominic Wade, their quarterback, 13 touchdown passes, almost 900 yards of passing. Doesn't run it a ton, but he will if he needs to, kind of thing. What's your? I guess, what are you drawing up to be successful against him?
Well, I think we got to get a lot of pressure on him and force him into getting rid of the football quick. I think he tends to hold on to the ball a little bit longer than he should, and that's just, again, from film. I don't know. So we're going to try to get some pressure on him, and our defensive backs have got to really see what's in front of them, keep everything in front of them, and make plays. Stick your foot in the ground and go make plays.
We've seen your defensive back group mix up a little bit, but I feel like you've gotten a really good back four right now that you feel really comfortable with. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, we've got four guys that have started back there the last few weeks for us, and we're also comfortable throwing in 2-3 other guys back there that can then do a solid job for us. So, Coach Winkler's doing an outstanding job with them. They're learning by the day, and he holds them accountable. They're probably sick and tired of hearing his voice every single day, but it's what they need. So, they respect it, they understand it, and they're always reminded on what they need to do.
Braden Weatherly, 2 interceptions on the season, tied at the lead with a guy that I've really been impressed with, too, in the defensive backfield, Caleb Kusero. He's got a couple of picks. When he's come in and spelled guys, there's not been a drop-off, it seems like.
Yeah, we can throw Caleb in, multiple positions. He can play safety and corner, and then offensively he can play a little wing back for us and slot receiver too. So, we're happy that he decided to play football this year. He's a good kid and works hard, so he fits right in.
Yeah, and of course, Braden, one thing that I'll mention, he's our Cat Connection tomorrow night, and we'll talk to Braden Weatherly coming up, and Rogelio Soren across from him. But we started out saying Braden Weatherly's name a lot early on in the season, and we hardly even talk about him in the broadcast anymore. It just seems
it's a good
like
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, guys are not throwing Braden's way a whole lot, it seems like.
Yep. That's probably a good thing sometimes. You see that a lot. Teams don't necessarily like to go to the tougher corner. You know what I mean? I get it. As an offensive play caller, I get it completely. So, he's doing a great job. Proud of him. He's a senior. He's a smart kid and understands what we're doing scheme-wise and make sure everyone else in the back four are aligned correctly and know what coverage we're in.
And on the other side of things with the defense, linebackers, you've gone from a 4-3 to a 3-4 this year, like you mentioned last year doing in this game. But then on the defensive line, things will be a little bit different this week. Obviously, you lose Jackson Bowie last week to a very difficult injury, and so number 12 will not be out there this week. I know Nick Lucas, you have starting kind of in his place. just the moxie of your team to be supportive of a guy like Jackson Bowie when he gets injured. Lincoln, they came over. I thought showed great sportsmanship. I think one of the local TV stations even kind of highlighted a picture that was shared with them. So just that moment last week, I mean, you have a 15-minute delay kind of in the game to allow medical personnel to do what they need, but it seemed like your team handled it really well.
Yeah, I think so, and that's kind of what our staff we talked about after the game. We were kind of talking about that moment, and we're like, man, as bad as that was, I really don't think we could have handled that any better than we possibly did. I think Avery, our trainer, did an outstanding job. Mr. Isgrig, our admin that were on site there, and our guys as well. They were out there supporting Jackson, and it was a very cool moment when Lincoln came over. Their coach came over and asked if it was all right if they could come form a tunnel for him, and I said absolutely, and it was awesome. It was a really cool thing. Obviously we feel bad for Jackson, and a lot of mixed feelings. Throughout those 20 minutes there.
Yeah. Of course, you will try to replace some of that production. I mean, he did a nice job to set the edge. Nick Lucas has been an exceptional center over the last 3 years for your program, and he'll probably get a little more playing time at that defensive end spot. But I know that two deep, you've got some good guys back there to kind of mix, right? I mean, it's not just going to be putting on one guy.
Yep, we're going to have to. You look at it, and you see a lot of those guys are offensive linemen as well, so we're going to keep the freshest guys out there as possible and keep that rotation going. So
we've seen Lincoln Barker get more playing time. He made some nice plays last week. Some of those younger guys seem like they're really stepping up and making impacts. And I guess, is that your philosophy? Like, if you're a sophomore or junior and you're getting good playing time, you're definitely out there proving it, like in practice, or what would you say?
You're out there for a reason. We feel like you're our best option, and you've put in the work and the time, and we can trust you. And Lincoln's one of those guys. He's got a good frame to him, and he's smart, and he's tough, and he works hard, and we've got confidence in him.
A couple of other younger guys, Johan Gomez as well as Xavier Anderson, they've both seen plenty of good playing time this year. They team up to form your holder and your kicker special teams. It just seems like this year, and maybe I just notice it more because at the high school level, special team stands out, whether a team always has to go for 2 points because they don't have a kicker or whatever it is. Your special teams unit, it's been pretty solid this year as far as field goal and PATs. Is that kind of a refreshing spot for you, I guess?
It really is, and these two have been, they did it all last year, so we knew that they had some sort of chemistry together, and we thought, well, let's just keep it rolling, and they do such a good job. They can do it in their sleep, it seems like now, but again, we got a lot of confidence in them, and they've been fairly successful for us, and they're getting better every day too, so it'll be exciting to watch their progress.
Special teams overall, though, have you been happy or a little bit disappointed in some angles?
Yes and no. I mean, there's always room for improvement. I think our kickoff team has a ton of room for improvement, and that's something we've been really focusing on. And I mean, really all around. There's always room for improvement, but there's definitely bright spots, no doubt, without a doubt.
Drew Loney with a 51-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. I mean, that seems like one of those plays you always tell your guys to be aware of. You never think it's going to happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a senior he's a smart kid. That was a very heads-up play, and man, he grabbed it and took off. I think that's the fastest we've ever seen Drew run. And it was a pretty special moment for all of us. I think the whole sideline was pretty pumped up.
And we won't bring it up anymore, but it was not a touchdown.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely was.
I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It looked like he got tackled short, but we won't steal his thunder. We won't steal his thunder.
That's your opinion.
Anyway, it was such a great moment for him and the Bobcats to get that win last week. And, of course, on to Roosevelt here tomorrow. We'll talk more into the pregame. We'll get your key to victory tomorrow night. But, Coach, thanks for the time. Have a good rest of your night.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. That is head coach Adam Goodvin with us as they take on the 3-3 Roosevelt Rough Riders. and the Bobcats 2-4 on the season. Coming up, we're going to talk with players for the Marshalltown Bobcat football team when we return on Bobcat Live here on KFJB-TV.
Businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. Zach Wall, your Marshalltown Edward Jones financial advisor, is here to help you. He will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions, so he can help you achieve what's most important to you. Call Zach Wall at 641-752-3017 to schedule an appointment today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress has your mattress. Every firmness, comfort, and support level, each at a great price. Make the investment today for a good night's sleep for years to come. McGregor's also has quality furniture for every room in your home. Beautiful, comfortable sofas, recliners, dinette sets, and office furniture to help you work and relax in comfort and style. McGregor's Furniture is proud to bring you quality furniture and great service, and they are proud to support Bobcat Athletics. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Capon & Brown helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Capon & Brown to hear more about how they can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call them today at 641-753-3563 or visit them online at caponandbrowninc.com. Your local premier Lennox dealer, where quality has been a promise for 48 years.
Trilogy Embers, independent living for active seniors.
This is your invitation. Hi, this is Lindsay, Director of the Embers Retirement Community, inviting you to tour the Embers. While you are here, I'll show you the studio, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, and all of our amenities. We will socially distance for your safety, and I'll show and share with you all the Embers has to offer. Call me to schedule a tour at 641-754-7000. Embers Retirement Community, 1211 West State Street in Marshalltown.
Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, just like Braden Weatherly and Rogelio Soren do, and follow along so you can get those updates. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad we're all in agreement. Braden, Heart, Hustle and Muscle Weatherly, as well as Rogelio Soren with us, both defensive back corners for the Marshalltown Bobcats. You guys got a big win last week on homecoming. How special was that win to take down the Rails, not the Rough Riders, take on the Rough Riders tomorrow night, but the Rail Splitters, Rogelio? What did that win mean for you guys?
Oh, it was just really fun. Like, just having, like, that, when you, like, really beat a team and just dominate, you can really just, like, have fun with the bench and just, like, the Loney touchdown, that was just, like, such a good moment and just having fun.
It was. It came out of left field. We were not ready for that, yeah. And then all of a sudden, here's Drew Loney, like, go! So that was awesome. What did the win mean for you, Braden?
It was great, getting everybody some experience. If, like, people that, they come to practice, work hard every day, but they don't exactly get to see the field. Getting them in, getting them involved, getting some playing time.
Yeah. Some of those guys, that are playing behind you, we talked about it. Caleb Kusaro, he stepped in when you guys need a breather, that kind of thing. And that defensive back group, Trayshawn Brooks, Tate Ring gets a lot of playing time. Corey Smith as well gets playing time back there. I mean, how well do you guys mix and able to communicate?
We're good. We're all really good friends, too. We all play basketball, or most of us. So then that helps. We have good camaraderie. So.
Yeah. What do you think about the communication back there on the back end?
Oh, yeah. We're really good friends, and just being around each other really helps us with the chemistry and everything.
I had to take your picture last week to get you on the starting lineups, and I was like, Holy smokes, you're a lot bigger than what I thought. Because when we're in the press box, sometimes you don't get a good idea. I mean, everybody looks small when they're next to Kwani. But, seeing you up in person. So I guess, you really kind of like Braden, tall, lanky, get that, which can be instrumental to being a DB to bat the ball away, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it really is an advantage. Being tall and then like long arms also really helps.
Yeah. How have you been? I think maybe we asked you this a while back, Braden, but as your game has progressed here, it's week number 7. Where do you think you've grown since week number 1?
Week number 1, I was just making a lot of mental errors. So then it's just been at practice working on how I can, I was letting people inside of me and stuff. So it's just working on footwork, like mental, watching film, so I can know what to expect, things like that.
How good did it feel, though, to pick off a guy like Dallas Saucer?
It felt good.
Especially your rival, that kind of thing. How about you, for you, Rogelio? I mean, you go on the season, you were on the 2 deeps, but, now you've really locked into that starting spot, and you've really kind of molded out a position for yourself over there.
Yeah, I think I've progressed a little bit. A lot, actually. But
you can give yourself a little pat on the back.
Yeah, and just going game through game, and the coaches having faith in me really helped, keeping me in there, and just getting comfortable with the game.
As you game plan for a team like Roosevelt, what do you really see out of their wide receiver, tight end group that you guys are going to have to really shut down?
Yeah, they seem like a pretty fast group and physical. I think it'll be a little similar for the Fort Dodge and the Newtons, and I think we could handle them though.
Yeah. What do you see on film that stood out to you?
Yeah, they have that one big tight end, and then they have a receiver who's pretty fast. But I think that it should be a challenge that we were good with.
Yeah. Of course, the Rough Riders play at Drake Stadium. Are you really looking forward to getting in there and playing at a college stadium?
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, the Valley game, I thought it was really cool, and
I
haven't played in the college one, so I don't know what to expect right now.
Yeah. How excited are you guys? Being a senior, I know you probably won't be able to play on it next year, but just hearing about the improvements and knowing the facilities upgrades and stuff like that.
Yeah, it sounds really cool. Coach Christensen, he calls us in for ENR, which is like a time where we can go and watch film during class. So he showed us all the new facilities. They're gonna have locker rooms. I'm not sure about concession stands, but new bleachers, team rooms. So it'd be really nice to be able to stay close to the field and not have to
go all the way back to the roundhouse. Rogelio, how about you? I mean, turf, does that make a difference? Do you prefer playing on grass or turf or what?
I actually prefer grass.
Yeah.
I think turf gets a little bit slippery, but I like turf too also.
Why not, right?
Yeah. Except the turf burns. The turf burns are not good.
Yeah, you got to get the long tape, that I see all the players wearing. As you guys, it's hard to believe, like I mentioned to Coach, 3 weeks left in the season, but this is, I know I can just kind of sense it. I'm probably not putting words in anybody's mouth that I know you guys want to win out here.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Give yourself a shot to make the playoffs, that type of thing. As you, take it game by game, how much does the coaching staff preach on just, worrying about what you're doing today?
They preach on it a lot because towards the beginning of the season, it's always this game's going to be easy. We can just worry about next week. And then the game comes around and we're not locked in. And then you see in the first half how we'd come out and get destroyed. But then the second half, we'd realize, okay, we got to play a football game. And then we'd start coming back, but it's too late.
Yeah. I know the coaching staff mentioned that too, like the Newton game and Fort Dodge games, and you guys were able to come back and really lock in. And it seems like against Valley and then last week, you guys have really kind of turned up being locked in. Do you agree?
Yeah. And I think the coach is preaching that, mistakes will always happen, and it's a very long football game, so one mistake isn't going to be too much. So that'll put us in the mindset that we can really win this even if they have a lead.
I know Braden plays basketball. Rogelio, do you play other sports?
Yeah, I play basketball also.
You play? Okay, all right. There was a big theme this year on the football team. Everybody's playing basketball. Xavier, you wrestle, right? All right. Are you right? Okay, all right. So we got 2 wrestlers, but we got 2 basketball players here. So Johan Gomez hitting a 40-yard field goal or, I don't know, seeing somebody throw a touchdown pass? What's more impressive?
You know, I would say touchdown pass, but a 40-yard field goal in high school. And he's a sophomore. I might have to say field goal.
All right. I have it's on film, Johan. We'll talk about it when you get up here, but I've made a 40-yard field goal, all right? So all I'm saying is that we can't do it in the season because I don't want anything to fall back on me, like if anyone to get hurt, but I think we should have a kickoff after the end of the season, you and me. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
How long of a field goal do you think you can make?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Could you make a PAT?
I don't even know if I can make one of those.
Rogelio?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure? You're nailing it? From how long?
I can.
10
Before practices, I always kick field goals, and I've nailed one from 40 before.
Okay.
I've nailed one before. So I'm sure.
Braden's shaking you off.
I've done it before, yes.
We are going to talk special teams when we come back. Plus, not just special teams, because, I mean, I don't know if there's – is it 6'4"? Are you 6'4", Johan? 6'3"? I mean, 6'3", that's a big kicker. You know, I mean, like Nate Kading was like 5'9". You know who Nate Kading is, right? No? Oh, former Iowa Hawkeye kicker, and he kicked for the San Diego Chargers, now L.A. Chargers. But what's that, intern Zach? Now Los Angeles. Yeah, I was getting to that. Anyway, Braden, thanks for the time. Good luck tomorrow night. Rogelio, thanks as well. Nice to talk to you here on Bobcat Live. When we come back, we'll talk, like I mentioned, Xavier, and we'll get Johan Gomez on the program as well. This is Bobcat Live from Zeno's in downtown Marshalltown on KFJB-TV.
Choose Marshalltown Community College for your education.
A quality education.
Hands-on career training.
Convenient on-campus living.
One-on-one attention from my instructors.
Earning my AA degree and transferring to university, all while saving money.
Why was MCC the right choice for me? The great student activities and the friends I met.
2 convenient locations and the option to take online classes.
The right choice is MCC.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Pence Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Pence Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family. We want to be there for your first car, we want to be there for your family SUV, and we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
How are you? Johan Gomez with us here as well. Guys, your TV debut, are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. I like soccer, and I'm a coach right now for my stepdaughter's soccer team. So it all kind of starts there, the kicking love, and then, I love football. So I like to go out and kick field goals every now and then. So, I do have it on film, but, I would be willing for a challenge if you want to get together sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But in one game, you made a 27, a 31, and a 35-yard field goal on the road at Fort Dodge. that game, you are a player of the game, all brought to you by Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill. But in that game, those points at that time in the third quarter, defense came out. You guys got back into the game, the special teams. How much pride do you take in the job that you do, knowing that, other high school teams might not be getting 3 points when you guys are?
It's definitely, I don't know. It just feels like good in a way that you can score points for your team.
Mm-hmm. Contribute in a way that, can be successful, that kind of thing. Xavier, when you go and you kind of plan to get lined up because you're the holder for the extra points and field goals, how much do you guys work on just the placement and the snap and the kick and being able to hold the ball in the right way that's going to be beneficial for Johan to kick it? How much preparation goes into that?
We practice that a lot. Every day before practice, we're out there. Johan's kicking field goals. I'm holding for him. I practice a lot with Nick Lucas, him snapping it.
Nick is a senior, and we've had him on. I think he's been a mainstay there at the center spot for the last 3 years. It just seems like you guys are really in rhythm right now in this season. Is that how you feel too?
Yeah.
And how much does that help your timing when you know that you can count on your holder and your snapper's going to do a good job?
It's definitely less pressure knowing I got time and could get it up there.
Have you always been interested in being a field goal kicker, or?
Not really, but Coach threw me in there. I was ready for it.
Yeah. And I'm sure, people, is that the big question you get all the time about field goal or your other play?
Both. I like kicking. Yeah, it's definitely fun.
Yeah.
I like playing, too, on the field.
Do you play soccer, too?
When I was little, it was more of like a background sport, and now I just play for fun.
Yeah.
Not serious.
Mm-hmm. The difference between the two, like kicking the soccer ball around versus the field goal, it is a different style, right?
Yeah, it's for me, it's way different. Like, you got the ball, it's more narrow, and you just got to kick it differently, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Has the punting been, we've seen you from the beginning of the season to now, your punting has definitely improved. Have you been happy with your momentum?
Yeah, definitely, but I feel like I could do a lot better on punt.
You want to have a punting challenge too?
Yeah, I'm down for it.
We'll have a punt pass, and then I guess I can do the throw with Xavier since he plays quarterback. Xavier, talk about that because you've seen playing time. Dalen's gotten bumped up a few times this year. How pivotal has that experience been for you? You got some good playing time last week too.
Yeah, it's been real fun. Always been ready for anything.
Have you always wanted to play quarterback, or was that kind of a need?
I've played quarterback my whole life, ever since MFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 50 years of the MFL. How instrumental was that for you, playing in the MFL and being able to get that experience as a young kid?
MFL was so fun.
Yeah.
So fun. I loved it so much.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you play MFL?
Nah, I never get to play it.
No. As you guys have grown and gone from, obviously middle school to now the high school level, is there been a coach or somebody that you look back on and think they've really helped me become who I am now at the high school level? Johan, you can go first.
Yeah, definitely my brother because he pushes me. Pedro.
Okay. No, I don't.
Pedro Gomez.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of the name.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
He definitely pushes me to be better. He gives me a lot of tips. He was a pretty good player back in his day.
Yeah, awesome. Xavier, how about you?
Yeah, my MFL coach, Ben Barker, always helped me ever since MFL. Still to this day, he'll text me before games, after games, telling me I did good, telling me I need to work on a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Well, I mean, to be able to have somebody like that you can kind of lean on, I mean, kind of irreplaceable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so you guys both wrestle. What else do you guys do?
Just wrestle, and I played soccer last year.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Xavier?
I just do a lot of wrestling.
Just do a lot of wrestling. That a big passion for you too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What weight class do you wrestle at?
Last year at state I wrestled 126, but this year I'm bumping up to 138.
138.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, and we heard your name down there at Wells Fargo Arena. How was that name? How was that experience for you?
It was a pretty big experience. Back like the club, not the club days, I used to make the state there, but high school state's way different, way bigger crowd, more people watching you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is for sure. What weight class are you?
I'm going 82 again this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Looking forward to it. It's such a phenomenal facility down there that you guys have.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's good. Of course, people can watch you on Friday nights, kicking the ball, but also not only out there, you play defensive line as well.
Yeah.
Able to get out there. Xavier, we talked about you, linebacker and quarterback in your position. So is it a lot to be able to have to go out there and not only know the offensive playbook, but then think about the defense and now special teams? I mean, is that kind of is that a fun thing for you though?
It's a fun thing. After a while, you just get used to it. Mm-hmm. Not really a big deal.
Yeah. You just don't want to be the guy running out late forgetting you're on special teams, right? That's awesome. Hey, guys, thanks for coming on Bobcat Live here tonight. Appreciate it. And good luck the rest of the way. Key to victory against Roosevelt tomorrow night for you?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Probably defense.
Mm-hmm. Lock it down defensively. What do you think?
Just our team showing up, ready for the first half.
Yeah, sounds good. Go get them, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Johan Gomez, Xavier Anderson with us here on Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV. Hey, tomorrow night it is a 6:30 pregame show from Drake Stadium in downtown Des Moines, as well as a 7:30 kickoff between the Rough Riders and your Marshalltown Bobcats. We hope to see you back here with Bobcat Live. Of course, next week we're going to have a special edition at Wayward Social next Wednesday night. We have to move it up because you guys got a Thursday night game next week. All right. So that game will be at Cedar Rapids Jefferson. We'll move up Bobcat Live next Wednesday, 6 o'clock, and it'll be over at Wayward Social. So we hope to see you there. Come out and support Bobcat athletes and grab some food and hang out with us for an hour and talk Bobcat athletics. I'm Brandon Lewis, our producer here tonight, Zach Tomish, as well as Todd Steinkamp. Thanks to the crowd for showing up here tonight. I know there's a lot going on this week with parent-teacher conferences. Conferences go good? Right? I mean, they better be 2 thumbs up, right? Hey, this is Bobcat Live. You've been watching KFJB-TV.